Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. The other day I'm going to talk about something really sensitive and something which I have gone through a lot in life. And मलाई धेरैजनाले कमेन्टमा पनि सोध्नु भएको थियो कि can you please share your experience because it might help us पनि भनेर कतिजनाले भन्नुभएको थियो. So here I am again without any script, without knowing what to say because this is a heart to heart. Whatever I'm going to say today, it's all going to come from here. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't have anything ready, but let's get started. So ever since I was a child, I used to love rom-com movies, like the part where a man always comes and saves the woman, and the man is going to be Prince Charming and stuff like that. So that's how I grew up with my mentality of being in love was like someone is always going to be there for you, a man is always going to be there for you, and you'll always have a back to rely on. This so सोच्थे like बच्चा बेलामा because I used to only watch rom-coms a lot and I always thought that one day my Prince Charming would come and we would live happily ever after. That's how naive I was. Still like कति भन्दाखेरि I don't know 12th grade सम्म 12th grade पनि होइन त्योभन्दा अगाडिसम्म I used to be naive and think that oh my Prince Charming will come to save me kind of mentality होइन अनि त्यसपछि when I had my first boyfriend in high school भन्दाखेरि plus 2 भनौँ न grade 11 मा हुँदाखेरि अनि as you guys all know that Surusuruma is always so nice. It's like butterflies in your stomach and you think, oh, this person is my forever person, this is my person, this is my Prince Charming, da 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 whatever. I mean, right now I find it so stupid that I'm saying all this, but anyways, like that this is I'm talking about myself when I was I don't know, 8, 9 years ago, ko pa am I? And in my head, I was such a dramatic person because I watched those rom-coms so many times. So I actually thought my first boyfriend would be my husband. We would have cute kids. I used to think about my weddings and stuff. And oh my god, actually, I'm sorry. Anyways, I mean, like, I don't blame young Pam, but then she always, I don't know, was in this her own kind of bubble, in her own kind of fairy tale kind of scenario and situation. And then everything started going well, as you guys all know, like initial stages of a relationship is always a honeymoon phase, because जहिले पनि initial stages मा चाहिँ everything goes so amazing. You have like heart shaped glasses around your eyes. Everything they do, you love. Everything they wear, the smell, the everything you love, and you're like actually so smitten by them. And for me, I was such a person ki like म चाहिँ कस्तो खालको मान्छे थिएँ भन्दाखेरि um if I liked a person, if I was into a person, I was like so into that person, like so into in a sense like, okay, you take my soul, you take my heart, you take my everything. Like I was that much of a giver. Like if I loved someone, there was no conditional aspects to it. It was I always tried to love them unconditionally regardless of like who they are as a person as well. Like even if they had flaws, I would just turn a blind eye to it because even I knew I had flaws, so it made me feel like who am I to judge them because even I'm not perfect. So everything like my partner did, I used to like really love. It started becoming very toxic, I would say, because little did I know there was no one to tell me how you go on about a relationship when you're young. There was no one to tell me, okay, these are the rules of relationship 101. If you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, like pretty much whatever I went through, it's all like it was my experience and my learning. So yeah, and in my head, I thought I loved them unconditionally. I was a giver, but little did I know that I was forming a codependency towards them. र कोडिपेन्डेन्सी भनेको चाहिँ के लाइक सरल भाषामा बुझाउनु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ लाइक आफूभन्दा माथि पनि आफ्नो पार्टनरलाई राख्ने, आफ्नो पार्टनर नै सबै हो जस्तो लाग्ने, आफ्नो पार्टनरसँग मात्रै घुम्दाखेरि, आफ्नो पार्टनरसँग मात्रै बोल्दाखेरि खुसी लाग्ने, बिस्तारै बिस्तारै आफ्नो साथीभाइहरूसँग पनि कुरा अलि कुराकानी भेटघाट पातलो हुँदै जाने. I mean, my whole world revolved around my partner. So this was my pattern in relationships ko चाहिँ. So I used to like fall for them, and I used to make them nay everything like in such an unhealthy way that I actually stopped hanging out with my friends much, and I stopped talking to them like, and even my work, oh my god, like, I absolutely love this quote. And it's not even a quote. It is like so many spiritual gurus and so many spiritual teachers teaches us the same thing. Like it is so important to have balance in everything. Be it relationship, be it work, be it your personal life. Balance is so important. Okay? Like you should not be lost and you should not just be focused on just one thing. Like for example, if you are in a relationship, good for you. You're in love, good for you. You're happy, good for you. But just don't make it everything just about your partner only. All right. And in the meanwhile, have a balance in a sense that you give equal amount of time, energy, and effort to your work, equal effort of time, energy to a relationship, and don't forget yourself. The main mistake every time I did was when I was in a relationship, I used to forget about myself. I used to forget about taking care of myself. I used to forget about my boundaries. I used to forget about, I don't know, it didn't even feel like I was an individual person because in my head and in my heart, 24/7, it was, oh, my lover, oh, my partner, oh, my boyfriend, oh, this, oh, that. And that is not good. And I used to be in that codependency in all of my relationships, mind you. And that pattern was like, it was really really hard to break had I not like listened to a lot of people like gurus and spiritual people and learned about prayers and healing and like everything. I don't know how I would have come out of that cycle, but it was a very very difficult experience and learning for me, losing yourself to be with someone. I mean, there's this perfect saying, and I'm sure you guys have heard this. So it says that when you're full, so for example, you're this bucket. तपाईँ एउटा बाल्टी हुनुहुन्छ है, तपाईँकै बाल्टीको पानी तपाईँकै बाल्टीको पानी यति मात्रै छ भने तपाईँले अरूको बाल्टीमा के खनाउनुहुन्छ? लाइक तपाईँसँग भएको पानी यति मात्रै छ अनि त्यो पनि सबै अरूकोमा खनाउनु भयो भने तपाईँको लागि चाहिँ के हुन्छ कि? लाइक नथिङ, राइट? सो if you are full and if you are complete in yourself and you're content with yourself, you're happy with yourself, then only you can like share your, let's say, happiness or like passion or compassion or partnership. But if you're not full yourself, like you can't share. So yeah, that's what I lived by, that quote, and it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot learn about my toxic patterns in a relationship, and like it opened my eyes. Like छर्लङ्गै बनाइदियो क्या आँखा हुन्छ नि. So that thing went on, giving until a point of exhaustion, and when there was a time when finally I had nothing to give or nothing to offer to my partner, then like I don't know, then we started getting into argument, fights, disagreement. Everybody knows here how breakup happens. It's either very very ugly, where you fight and then you see the most horrible unhinged side of your partner and yourself as well, mind you. The most meanest, rudest thing comes from your mouth, even though you don't mean it. You just want to hurt that person so bad, and vice versa. And the other kind is mutual. I don't know why, but I think that mutual breakups hurts more than like a ugly fight breakup kind of thing, because You both know you're in love and you just need to separate because certain circumstances, certain situations do not work out in both of your favors. Like be it long distance, or be it like you choose your family or career over your relationship, or you have to move somewhere new or stuff like that. And the third one is, I guess, ghosting, like the Gen Z people call it. Ghosting is also the most painful breakup ever, because that means that person never respected you in the first place and never really valued you as a person, and they just like eh, thought that you weren't important, like you didn't matter in their life. So after all these kinds of breakups, you're all alone, just with your thoughts, just with the memories, and just with the gifts that your ex partner had given you. And as soon as that happens, um, all the best memories comes flashing in your eyes. And I don't understand why it's always the best memories that comes flashing in your eyes, and it's not the worst memories where you fight and what that person did to you and stuff like that. It's always the best memories. And then you cling on to all that memories, like you cling on to it, and then you be like, shit, I wish this worked out. We were like perfect together. He was my person. I was so compatible with him. And then all of a sudden you start getting what ifs. What if it worked out? What if this didn't have to happen that way? And then what ifs? Then there's a lot of doubt, and then you start questioning yourself, and then you start questioning your worth, and then you're like, am I a bad person? Am I so bad that none of my relationship actually is working out? Like, what is it like? And then you start doubting yourself. And then you feel so bad because you think you're not good enough to be in love. You think you're not good enough to be in a relationship. And then you look back at all your past relationships and think that, oh damn, like what went wrong? Is it me? Is the problem me? And but let me tell you loud and clear, as your big sister or as a friend or whatever you're seen me as, don't you dare question your worth and your value, because it's never only your fault. Things end, relationships end, and some things are simply not meant to be. And you can't force something that is not meant to be for you, because no matter how much hard you try, if something is not meant for you, you simply cannot like hold it in your hands and keep it in your life. It's just going to slip away anyways. Most of the time, people come in your life, situations come in your life, bad times come in your life to teach you. It's a learning, I would say. So don't think that why is it always me? Shift the perspective of thinking, okay, what is this trying to teach me? What am I supposed to learn from this? And just continue to grow and evolve as a person. You know, I look back and I see all the partners I've been with, I've loved them with all my heart and my soul, and I've had some most amazing memories, and from them only I've learned what unconditional love is. A lot of relationships that didn't work out, just take it as a lesson and just take it as, okay, what did this person come to teach me as? Instead of saying, oh no, why didn't this work out? I wish this could have worked out. I'm gonna fight for this person. Like, I'm not saying, like, even if like I know that some breakup happens because of misunderstandings and some other concerns and some other reason. If you can patch it and mend it again, nothing like it. If that is really a person, good for you. But if suppose that is not your person and you just keep trying and it keeps failing and you keep trying and you keep breaking up, that sadly is not your person. And once you break up and then you patch up, things are never going to be the same, no matter like what you say or what you feel, and say, oh, and even say, oh, you're wrong. Like, we broke up, but we patched up again, and the love is more than before. But something or the other, or some minor changes, you will find it's never gonna be the same. And I don't know, like, if I think that if you're really sure that this is your person and you're supposed to end up with this person, Small fights and small arguments shouldn't lead to breakup. You know, you should like sit down and talk it out and be like, hey, so I'm feeling this and I wanted to talk to you about this. So what do you say? Like it should be very easy, open, and it shouldn't be like a task talking to your partner. If you feel like talking to your partner is a task, then you might think about why you feel that way and you know, like I don't know, the bottom line is communication, guys. Communication, trust, and friendship. If there's no friendship, I think it's hard to be in a relationship because there's good days and bad days. And if there's no friendship, then I think it's a bit hard to be in a relationship, like talking through personal experience. Okay, now let's get to the breakup part. So I'll tell you guys how did I handle my worst heartbreaks of my life. Step number one, it may sound silly to you, but it's always to cry. यति रुनुहोस् दिन रात रुनुहोस् उठ्नु बित्तिकै रुनुहोस् दिउँसो रुनुहोस् राति रुनुहोस् खाने बेला रुनुहोस् just cry, just let it out because crying is a release. It's emotional release because right after you split with the person, your heart is feeling like so heavy and you don't know what to do. You feel like you can't move. You feel like, I mean, you can't do your everyday task well because there was such level of attachment, love, and codependency in some relationships. And all of a sudden, that person is not there. I mean, you look at your phone, you look at your messages, and you keep looking, like, did that person send me something? Did my person? You don't see it. And then what do you do? You have a heartbreak. What do? You cry. You cry, you cry, you cry, you cry so much. You cry for a week. You cry for 2 weeks. You cry for a month. You cry for 3 months. You know what? I assure you, it's definitely going to get better. I know all of you know this quote saying time heals everything. Time really does heal everything. And I'm so sorry to say this because no one is gonna help you in your most worst scenario, your first initial week or your first few days of your heartbreak. It's just you. It's just you and your feelings. You just have to sit with you and your feelings and you just have to like bawl your eyes out, cry your eyes out. You can sit in bed for days, not do anything, do whatever makes you feel better. And then you start Googling things like, how do I move on? And Google says, like, uh, block that person everywhere from social media, meet your friends, go to a cooking class, go to a dancing class. So these are basically all distractions, right? But how do you heal from here, from soul level, from your heart level? To those of you who don't know about spiritual practices, I may sound like a crazy juju witch right now, but trust me when I say this, and if you're going through a heartbreak right now, it really, really works. Number one, please get rid of everything that person had given you till date. I know right now I may sound a bit harsh, especially if the breakup is quite fresh and new, because those are the only things that remind you of that person, right? The things, the materialistic things that that person had gifted you. Those are the only things, and those are the only things you can like cling on to for their memories. But if you want to move on and not just get some few minutes of distraction or just few minutes of feel good thing, you need to get rid of those stuff. I know it may not be easy today or tomorrow or day after, but after a week, after a month, you have to get rid of those things that your ex partner had has given it to you because those hold energy, especially their energy. And I'm not saying this in a very vicious way of saying, oh, pack everything on a box and return it back to them. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying either you can donate it, either you can give them to your friends or family or but just give it away. Just don't possess anything that reminds you of them and their energy. Just get rid of everything. And even if you want something as a memory, write down in your journal exactly how you feel at that moment. Like, write down, like, even if you don't want to get rid of the things that that person has given you, just write down, I am not ready. I'm not being able to get rid of the things that this person has given me, but someday I really hope I will. And this is the reminder. And like, write it down, write it down. Journaling helps a lot. Journaling helps when you're stressed, when you have tension, when you're in an anxious mode, when you're like depressed. Journaling helps a lot, especially to me. So I think you guys should try journaling also. And it's not only in relationship aspects, it's it's throughout. Like, journaling helps, like, whatever you feel, whatever you're going through, be it your work stress, be it your family stress, be it your relationship stress, journaling helps a lot, and so it helped me as well. So coming back to the materialistic things, all the things, it must go. They have to go. Step number two, after releasing all the materialistic things they have given, and this step is not easy at all. Even for me, it took me months to do this, because that's how attached I was. I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic lover girl, man. I'm like, at least I was, before this wisdom and this brain didn't come to my head. So yeah, and step number two is all those text messages, all those pictures, all those videos, they got to go. They got to go. When I say this, they have to go. I mean, you can never really fully move on until and unless you can't forget about how that person used to look, or how that person used to smell, or how that person's voice was. So you have to, like, learn to let go and forget about that, because if you remember all those things, it's really, really going to hamper you. So, like I said again, it might take few weeks to few months to even years. But I'm really sorry if you really want to move on and not think of the person anymore. Pictures, videos, text messages has to go. Now, step three. This is completely skippable, but it has always worked for me. I mean, I read somewhere that even hair holds energy, right? So when you were with them, the energy is still there, and if you cut it, the energy will go. I mean, I do believe in this to some extent, but I don't know how much of this is true. But I do believe in energy. It is like really, really real. Energy is like, energy, and hair holds energy, and hair holds memory. And I know I was a very impulsive person. I mean, I had a lot of issues growing up. And I still do, and I'm happy that at least now I am self-aware and I know my flaws and I know my issues. But yeah, and I'm not as impulsive as I was before. So as soon as I broke up, went to the salon, gone. At that time, I didn't know hair used to hold energy, and if you cut your hair, you'll feel much more better. But I don't know, I was absolutely a hopeless mess when I broke up. Oh my God. The way I used to try to communicate to my exes, and the way I wanted them to notice me was just like the same as those stupid rom-com. It's not stupid rom-com, sorry. Some of the rom-coms are really good. But anyways, getting back to the point. I wanted my whole breakup situation also to be like a rom com, like where you are like dressed really beautifully, like a bombshell, and your ex sees you, and then he's like, "Oh no, why did I leave her?" Yeah, so that's kind of like how messed in the head I was. Not anymore. Thank God for this, spam. I mean, I am so grateful. I still have my problems, I still have my crosses to bear, but at least I am not that unaware person. So that makes me happy. Point number four, either you can cry yourself off to sleep, thinking about what could have been and remembering all the good memories, you can cry. Absolutely, it helped me so much. Like in in the playlist, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, jab tum wo saajna," and I was like, "Oh my God, I miss him so much." And I used to cry. I used to bawl my eyes out. Like right now, when I'm talking to you, I know for me it sounds funny, but when I think of that time when I was crying listening to this song, I still want to cry because I was such a mess and I was so helpless. The feeling, oh my goodness, ugh, it was. I don't know what to say anymore. But I'm not gonna cry, so because I moved on. So yeah, either you cry yourself to sleep with listening to sad songs, which also obviously helps because, like I said before, crying is releasing. Release as much as you can, or what you can do is go hit the gym, workout. Not in the sense that, oh, I'm gonna make my revenge body. In a way that just do it for you. Just do it for you. And I guess workout and gym also helps for a lot of people who are going through a heartbreak. Point number 5. This is just a temporary solution, and I do not encourage you guys to do this at all. So there's this thing called a rebound, and that is absolutely selfish for the other rebound and for yourself as well. You would rather go through all the pain and sit with it than rather immediately like block your emotions, block your feelings, and go date somebody new. You are inviting more trouble to your emotions and to yourself. And the poor rebound too. Like that rebound doesn't know you're his or her rebound, right? So that is quite selfish of you to use somebody in order to forget someone. So that does not work. That does not work at all. I mean, it may give you a temporary happiness or temporary relief, or it might be like, huh, I forgot about my ex because I'm with someone new. We all know for how many days that feeling's gonna last until you're gonna miss your ex again and start crying, and then the rebound will also be confused, and the rebound will be like, what did I do? And the rebound will start asking about themselves, saying, am I not good enough and stuff. So you don't want to put someone into that loop. You don't want to be selfish with the person. So finding someone to date as soon as you break up is, I discourage it because I know it might be a temporary relief, but for long term, it's gonna mess up more to you only and to that other person too. So I discourage that. So bottom line, healing isn't an easy journey, especially healing from breakup, especially when you have been with that person for years, a decade, who are going through stuff, who are battling their own demons. It must be so hard for you guys, but just remember in these hard times, all I can say is from my experience is that you have to look out for yourself because there is no one going to look out for you, especially in your hardest of times. Yes, there is family, there is friends, but they'll only be able to support you in a way, however or how much they can. Like what kind of deep healing you need to do and what to work on. Only you know that. There is no easy way out, there is no shortcuts. You have to feel it, you have to cry, you have to get hurt, you have to question yourself, your value, your self worth. But then I promise you, it'll take time, but it'll be over. I swear to God, it'll be over. You just need to let go and bless the person, send that person good vibes, good energy their way. And even if you can't, don't wish them bad. It's simple as that. Just be neutral, but don't wish them bad. Because I believe like whatever bad wishes or whatever bad intentions you give to others, it comes back to you in like 10 100 folds. So I do not recommend doing that as well. So it's hard, it is life, it sucks. You fall for a person and then you're together and it feels like a fairy tale, and then it doesn't work out, and then you have to leave that person and everything goes down. You feel like the world is ending. But you just have to know that you always give love fully, and And mind you, that's going to come back to you too. All the good things you've done to people, even that's going to come back to you. And vice versa. The bad things also you've done to people will come back to you. A lot of times it may be karma also, like you going through some nasty heartbreaks. But I don't want to get into that topic in this video, maybe some other video next time. But I just want to say that even though if you're going through a very bad, nasty heartbreak, just know that it's going to get better. Just do the things you love. This is the time where you get to focus only on yourself, and how beautiful is that? To grow as a person, to evolve as a person, to study your feelings, know your patterns. This heartbreak is the time to self reflect. Everything's gonna work out just fine. Life goes on, life moves on. Just feel everything. Just try doing all the steps which I told you to. That actually helped me a lot while moving on. And now, even when I see my exes, I have nothing to give except love and light to them. Because no matter what happened, they were important part in my life who taught me a lot of things, not only love, a lot of things, which I am implementing in life right now and which has been so very helpful. So yeah, so you should be in such a place and so much peace and love in your heart that even when you see your ex, you should be able to give them blessings and wish them well. And that's it. The only thing you should be giving is blessings and love and light to all the people. Like even those people who haven't been the easiest in your life, even to enemies. So for now, I'm just keeping this precise and short, I hope. And again, this was a heart to heart conversation. This wasn't scripted at all. Whatever came here and here, I just expressed and shared to you guys. And thank you so much for listening. I know this video was mainly full in English, but I will make this in full Nepali as well. So, yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and please take care of you. Please take care of your heart. And I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of positive vibes. Bye.